Hey, welcome to another week. Just getting settled here. What are these questions? Did Mackay get a matching free pillow for his matching free chair? No, I paid for that matching free pillow. Also somewhere probably as equally as sketchy as Wayfair and with equal quality. But no, yeah, I do have matching pillows. Notice that you only see a very small portion of my place that is actually matching. Everything else is a total disaster. Anyway, give me a couple minutes. We'll let more people join and get started. If you noticed, I've already shared the link to the registration form. If you have not registered your team yet, you don't have to do it right this minute, but at some point before the end of the first two rounds, enter a team name, and that's where you'll also enter your scores. If you're new to drinking and thinking, this is how it works. You keep track of your own scores. You write down your own answers. We take them up every 2 rounds and then tabulate the scores and enter them into a Google Doc, a form that auto-populates a spreadsheet that I see, and that's how we keep track of who's doing well and who's not doing as well as maybe they'd hoped. The good thing about Quizzing in Quarantine, though, is that we have prizes for people at the top and the bottom of the leaderboard. So we have prizes tonight for the first and second place team. We also have a prize for the team that comes in the second last spot of the evening. And we have a dark horse prize, a prize for our self-quarantine scavenger hunt, self-isolation rather, scavenger hunt, which I'll give details on a little bit through the night. So we'll get started in about 3 or 4 minutes. Make sure that you have the links that you need. I haven't even got myself a beer yet. I'm way behind tonight. Hope everyone had a nice week and is ready for a pretty nice weekend, it looks like, at least in this part of the country here in Toronto. Oh, Ryan and I had a bit of a falling out. It made a disparaging comment about 2 guys and a girl in a pizza shop that didn't go over very well. I think he's going to take tonight off. Unfortunately, it's probably for the best for us and for everybody. I'm sure he'll be back, but it wasn't pretty. So we're not gonna speak of him this week. It was a dark point in our relationship. He still has our full support, and he has ours. But there's just we need a bit of a pause. We were a little over him, I think, as well by the end of last week. There you go. He's Deadpooled us. Oh yeah, beer. We're gonna go east to west tonight, I think, at least for Toronto purposes. Start off with a beer from Left Field Brewery up near the Danforth, Greenwood, I think, or Coxwell, Greenwood and Danforth area, and then maybe move on to Bandit in the West End. Also, something that you may have noticed if you follow our Drinking and Thinking, Quizzing in Quarantine Facebook page is that tonight we are going to try and generate some money, if you can, raise some money for a cause that I think is very worthy all the time, but especially during this period we're going through. A couple weeks ago, we raised money for food banks, and tonight the Red Door Shelter, which is an organization that supports Red Door Family Shelter, that supports people in our community in need who perhaps aren't finding themselves in a very safe or stable place during this pandemic. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, this is great. We're getting to spend a lot of time with our families. For others, lockdown and isolation is a really dangerous thing. So drinking and thinking, quizzing and quarantine will always be free. There's absolutely no expectation on anybody to donate, but I've set the target for $350. I'm not saying I won't come back next week if we don't raise $350 between now and then, but if you get a chance, if everybody right now who's viewing, we have 123 people tuning in right now, if everybody did at some point this week take a couple minutes and even just donate $3.50 to Red Door Family Shelter, we would be well past our goal very quickly. So I'm going to share this link. Again, there's no expectation or obligation, but I think it's a really great cause. And I know this community of quiz nerds is incredibly generous. We've seen it at Clinton's. We saw it a couple weeks ago when in one night we raised $651 for Daily Bread Food Bank. So I feel like $350 in the next week is obtainable. So if you have a second, go and just donate. All I'm asking, $3, $4 from everybody if you can. I know not everybody's in a great financial position at this point in our history, but if you can donate a little bit of money and we get to $350, I can guarantee that I will be back next week. All right, we're just a couple minutes away from getting started now. We have 125 people tuning in, which is good to see. We did have a couple weeks ago like 200 people viewing, which was incredible. And maybe with the weather, we're slipping a little bit. People are finding other more outdoor productive things to do, which I totally understand, which is why I asked last week if we wanted to move the start time a little bit later. I don't know if I actually even saw the results of that, but that's something we can look at doing as well. But if you get a chance, if you want to share the link, let people know this is happening every Friday during quarantine, and keep those numbers high, because it's nice that when we have a big pool of people, donations are already coming in. That's amazing. When we have a lot of people, it makes for an extra special evening. Anyway, well, with that, we'll get on with the trivia tonight. Oh, I should mention what we're playing for. There are some great prizes up for grabs. We had tremendous response last week. Our folks at Springfield Golf and Country Club in the Guelph area were so generous, so kind, and donated a foursome of golf. Golf courses are now reopened in the province. One of the few things you can do legally outside with other people, and they are stepping up again and giving away another foursome. And if you play golf, you know what a financial cost sometimes around a golf can be. So this is a huge prize, really much appreciated, and that is what the winning team will be going home with tonight. Second place team will be getting a $20 gift card to the LCBO, care of my dad, who I think we're in our waning weeks of the LCBO gift cards. So I'm going to have to hit him up again, see if he'll continue to donate. But that is our second place prize, a $20 LCBO gift card. And penultimate prize tonight, they've been with us since we began doing this more than 8 weeks ago now. Our friends at Reunion Coffee here in Toronto, Adam and Elida, are donating 2 more pounds of coffee. So thank you to them and to everybody who has been donating prizes, because this thing doesn't really happen unless we get prizes. I mean, it could happen. We might go to a model where we don't have prizes anymore. But if you have a prize you want to donate or know somebody you think would be a good sponsor, reach out to me, because that helps. All right, I'll check the messages quickly before we go. All right. I'll share that link again, both the link to the Google Doc as well as the link to where you can donate for the Red Door Family Shelter a little later on in the program. So we'll begin with things I think you should know. It's the first of 6 rounds of trivia we're going to play tonight. 10 random general knowledge trivia questions. I will ask the questions twice and once at the end of the round. Each question is worth a point unless otherwise noted. We'll start tonight with everyone's favorite, a little bit of Canadian history. Speaking of countries in crisis, who was the Prime Minister of Canada in 1939 during the outbreak of the Second World War? Who was the Prime Minister of Canada in 1939 during the outbreak of the Second World War? Question number 2. Assuming you do not use a double or triple letter or word square, how many points will the word zoo earn you in Scrabble? Basically, just add up the point value of the squares that you need in order to make the word zoo in Scrabble. That's the number we're looking for. Again, question number 2. Assuming you do not use a double or triple letter or word square, how many points will the word zoo earn you in Scrabble? Your success in that question is dependent on your ability to spell the word zoo correctly. Question number 3. From 1989 until 1997, actor Jaleel White was known for playing what TV character? If you're wondering, Jaleel is spelled Jaleel, last name White. From the late 80s until 1997, he was known for playing what famous TV character? Question number 4. Name the Nobel Prize winning author who in 1954 wrote the novel Lord of the Flies. Question number 4 again. Name the Nobel Prize winning author who in 1954 won the Nobel Prize for his novel Lord of the Flies. Question number 5 is coming from the world of sports. In 1980, he became the first $1 million Major League Baseball player when he signed a 4-year free agent contract with the Houston Astros for $1 million per season. Who is he? Question number 5. In 1980, he became the first $1 million Major League Baseball player when he signed a 4-year free agent contract with the Houston Astros for $1 million per season. Who is he? Question number 6. In the movie musical The Sound of Music, what was the name of the youngest Von Trapp child? Question number 6. In the movie musical Sound of Music, what was the name of the youngest Von Trapp child? Question number 7. The Treaty of Paris, drafted in 1763, helped bring an end to what conflict? Question number 7. The Treaty of Paris, drafted in 1763, brought or helped bring an end to what conflict? Question number 8. What is the name of the principal in the Archie comic series who oversees education at Riverdale High? feel like these comic books were in everyone's bathroom in the 80s and 90s as a kid growing up, and now kids only know Archie as a Netflix series that is far racier than we ever got to enjoy in our days of consuming Archie. Again, question number 8. What is the name of the principal in the Archie comic series who oversees education at Riverdale High? Pensive, eh, James? Yeah, not the look I'm going for, but I can get behind that. Question number 9. Things I think you should know. What number amounts to a perfect score in bowling? What number amounts to a perfect score in the sport of bowling? And finally, the last question in the round, question number 10. Italy adopted the euro on January 1st, 2002. What currency did Italy use prior to this date? Oh, 10 pin. Yeah, sorry, Spam or Hannah. Good question. 10 pin bowling. Going back and repeating number 10 again. It was on January 1st, 2002 that Italy adopted the euro. What was the name of their currency before they moved to the adoption of the euro? That's question number 10. Gutters on or off, it's up to you. I mean, I don't think I've ever played a full game of bowling without the gutter bubbles. All right, those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1. I will go back and repeat each question one more time, just once, starting with question number 1. It is this. Who was the Prime Minister of Canada in 1939 during the outbreak of the Second World War? Question number 2. Assuming you do not use a double or triple letter or word square, how many points will the word zoo earn you in Scrabble? Question number 3. From 1989 until 1997, actor Jaleel White was known for playing what TV character? Question number 4. Name the Nobel Prize winning author who in 1954 wrote the novel Lord of the Flies. Question number 5. In 1980, he became the first $1 million Major League Baseball player when he signed a 4-year free agent contract with the Houston Astros for $1 million per season. Who is he? Number 6. In the movie musical The Sound of Music, what was the name of the youngest Von Trapp child? Question number 7. The Treaty of Paris, drafted in 1763, helped bring an end to what conflict? Yes, Spam is right. Becky, I am saying zoo, spelt the way that Spam has indicated. Question number 8. What is the name of the principal in the Archie comic series who oversees education at Riverdale High? Question number 9. What number amounts to a perfect score in the world of 5-pin bowling? Gutters on. I'm assuming I know so little about bowling. I'm assuming I'm explaining it correctly. And finally, question number 10, the last question of the round. Italy adopted the euro on January 1st, 2002. What currency did the country use prior to this date? All right, those are the 10 questions that make up round number 1 this evening. It's amazing seeing these donations already coming in for the Red Door Family Shelter. And I want to thank Selena Carter, who texted me this week and suggested we do another fundraising campaign. I'm sure she will be one of the first to donate, because that's just the type of person she is. And I want to thank her for being here, even though she is very close to popping a baby out in this pandemic. Maybe not any week now, but in a couple weeks. All right, that is round number 1. Round number 2 is called the 10. Here's how this works. I'm going to give you a topic, and you're going to have tonight, I'm going to say 8 minutes tonight on the clock. 8 minutes to come up with the top 10. This is based on box office, worldwide box office revenue, lifetime revenue, because some of these films may have been released more than once. But here is your challenge tonight for the 10. Name the top 10 most profitable films based on lifetime box office results directed by Steven Spielberg. The man is a legend, and he has touched many successful films. You need to know, based on revenue, which 10 were most successful. Also, I will give you a bonus point if you identify the movie that generated the most amount of box office revenue. Let me just see here. Yeah, these numbers are adjusted for inflation. Revenue. If you're wondering, Ball, this is not merchandise or any other licensing fees or anything. This is box office revenue worldwide. But if a film has been released more than once, then that would count as well. Talking Hollywood accounting. I'm not sure what that means, Brad. I'm going off the list I have, and that is what I know. This, I think, is a was it called Movie Mojo or Mojo? Is this? I shouldn't tell you the site that I source this off of, yeah, the question again, and I'll start 8 minutes on the clock. Name the 10 most profitable films based on lifetime box office results directed by Steven Spielberg International. These are worldwide numbers. 8 minutes on the clock, starting now. Yeah, these are adjusted for inflation, Jacob. So whether the film was released in the 70s or the 2000s, it doesn't matter. This has been, as best they can, adjusted for inflation. I'll check the time and see how much time we have left in the round. 3 minutes. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the 10. One minute, exactly 1 minute left in the round to name the 10 most profitable Steven Spielberg movies of all time based on worldwide box office revenue. No, I wasn't making a grocery list, though I do need to do that at some point. I was making sure that a round that I wanted to do that I was still factually correct on. Now, all right, where are we for time? I think that's time. Time is up. 8 minutes on the clock, done. Time to put your pencils and pens and keyboards away. Or maybe not keyboards, because you're going to need those to enter your team name and your score. Oh, I need to take up the answers. I almost forgot. Not even, got to get better at this, remembering the order of stuff. Here we go. We will start with the answers from rounds 1 and rounds 2. After that, you can record your scores. Here we go. Starting with round 1, the question I asked first off to kick off the night was, who was the Prime Minister of Canada at the start of the Second World War? That would be William Lyon Mackenzie King. William Lyon Mackenzie King. Question number 2. Assuming you do not use a double or triple letter or word square, how many points will the word zoo earn you in Scrabble? 12 points. The Z is worth 10, and each O is worth a single point for a total of 12. Ryan, you don't even know if I'm drunk yet. It's been a long day, and I was up early, and maybe I got drunk before noon. Maybe I didn't. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. I didn't, or I did. I don't know. Question number 3. Who was it that Jaleel White played on TV for at least 8 years? That would be Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel. Question number 4, the Nobel Prize-winning author who wrote Lord of the Flies, his name is William Golding. William Golding. I will accept Stephen Urkel. Sure, Hannah, fair point. Question number 5. In 1980, he became the first $1 million player to play in the major leagues in baseball, earning $1 million a season. That would be the pitcher, Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan is the answer to question number 5. Question number 6. In the movie musical Sound of Music, the name of the youngest Von Trapp child, if you remember her sitting on the stairs and sweetly singing goodbye, I think, was Gretel. Gretel. Stefan, Drew, good reference. I should have asked that as the bonus question. What was the character's alter ego? Stefan, a true child of the 80s and 90s. Question number 7. The Treaty of Paris was drafted in 1763. It helped bring an end to the 7 Years' War. 7 Years' War is the correct answer for number 7. Number 8. The name of the principal in the Archie comic series was Mr. Weatherby. Mr. Weatherby. Question number 9. The number that amounts to a perfect score in bowling is 300. 300 is a perfect score. Question number 3. Italy adopted the euro on January 1st, 2002. The currency prior to that in Italy was called the lira. L-I-R-A. Lira. That is the correct answer for question number 10. That is round number 1. Moving on to the 10, which again, you had to name the top 10 most profitable Steven Spielberg for the most profitable Steven Spielberg films of all time. We'll start at the bottom of the list. Keep in mind, if you get no, yeah, not accepting Vietnam because of the year reference. Good catch. Sure, Dan. Apologies if I'm mispronouncing that. Again, this list of films, I'll start at the bottom at the 10th most profitable. And again, if you have indicated, if you haven't yet, you can do this. If you indicate what you think is the most profitable of all time and you guess that, you get a bonus point. Here we go. Question number 10. Movie number 10, released in 2012 and earning just over $182 million was Lincoln. Lincoln. After that came Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. That's number 9. Number 8, Saving Private Ryan. Again, order doesn't matter for this round unless you are looking to indicate the first place movie. But as long as you have it on the list, you get a point. Saving Private Ryan is number 8. Number 7, The Lost World, Jurassic Park. Number 6, War of the Worlds. Number 5, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Number 4, Jaws. Number 3, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Number 2, Jurassic Park, the original in 1993. And finally, if you haven't heard it yet, it's probably because it's at the top of the list, the number 1 film of all time in terms of revenue by Steven Spielberg, earning $435 million and change, originally released in June of 1982, was E.T. E.T. is the most profitable film Steven Spielberg has ever directed. If you guess that, you will get a bonus point. Yet, good point. Good point. The man still has some greatness left in him, I'm sure. This list is, as of today, who knows what the future will bring. Again, this list: Lincoln, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Saving Private Ryan, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, War of the Worlds, Raider of the Lost Ark, Jaws, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, Jurassic Park, and E.T. Schindler's List, fantastic film. Not the same blockbuster, unfortunately, that these films are. All right, what you need to do now is make sure you have that. I'll share it again, actually, just so you have it handy. The Google Doc. You need to go in and enter your team name as well as your scores from rounds 1 and rounds 2. Keep in mind when filling out the Google Doc that you are going to want to not resubmit the form, but edit the form so that I don't get your team counted twice. Oh, shit. Thanks, Mark. I got to do that. Yeah, make sure you to edit. Guys, I always forget something. I got to turn on the fake fireplace. I bought this. It's such a cheap version of a fake fireplace. I had to hit it many times because each little candle needs its needs to be give the receiver for the signal from the receiver. All right. Hopefully you're doing that. I'll check the database and see if scores are coming in. I'm also very close to announcing the self-isolation scavenger hunt challenge of the night. You might want to stretch a bit. You're going to have to run perhaps somewhere in your house to find this item or these items. All right, lots of teams, 74 teams already recording scores, and teams doing incredibly well tonight. My God, this has got some, we got some A+ players. And some D players too. And keep in mind, if you're not doing as well as you'd hope, there's always the penultimate prize. I'll give people another 30 seconds or so. While I'm doing that, get ready. Here is the challenge tonight. And I won't tell you exactly the prize. I'm going to send you something. I'll tell you what it is. You're getting an adult coloring book, which I've seen these advertised. I've seen people obsessing over these. They look fun. I'm acquiring one, and I'm sending it to you if you win the self-isolation scavenger hunt tonight, because it's kind of in the thematic element of what I'm going to ask you to do. A lot of people reading a lot during this quarantine time, and hopefully you're celebrating local authors. So here's your challenge. First person to send me an email, and I'll put the email address up here. There's probably something super sketchy about my publishing my personal Gmail address on the internet, but we'll deal with that when shit goes down. Your challenge: first person to send me a picture of them holding either a Robert Munch book or a Margaret Atwood book wins the adult coloring book. Figure two Canadian legends in different genres. People got to have some of their books kicking around their house. Depending on who you're living with, you might more be likely to have a Margaret Atwood book or a Robert Munch book. Yeah, first person to send me that wins an adult coloring book. All right, and with that, we will introduce the teams who are playing this evening. We're now up to 150 players, which is not bad. In no particular order, and this is a good time if you want to go get a beer or something from the fridge, because there are at least 74 teams, so it might take me a minute. Here we go. The teams competing with us tonight are Amazing Humans / Geniuses, Otrivia Munn, Hoochie Mama, Hello by Adele, Ulysses, all of it, Batmoose, Soup Lovers 2.0, Glommer Explorer. Friday is for too much sushi, trivia, and beer. Sounds like a perfect Friday. Aunt Becky paid me off. I like that. Well done. No Can Club. Bethany Beanut or Butte. Sorry, Bethany Buttes. Why Solve It? Serena Vander Woodson. 800-pound Bytown Honey Badgers. Lemon Walkers. Brian Adams Apology Tour. I like that. Well done. We are testing positively toward negative. Jeremy's Basement Apartment, Buys in a Bay, YTV's Weird on Wheels, the Not So Dynamic Duo, COVID-69. Please don't read all the team names, in brackets, A Case for the Mondays. You know you love it. Second Last, Hall of Fact Girls and Sam, 44 Magnum Finger Guns, no Pop Pop Pop, simplified their name. Happy 83rd birthday, Mike Smith, Quarantine Quintet, Quizzy McGuire. Oh my God, we're hydroxychloroquizzing, but only as a preventative measure. That's pretty good too. Hashtag on the gin train, Threat Level Midnight, Nick is Malden, Bunch of Karens, Working Girls with a Z, Dirty Quarantinis, We Don't Know Jack is Back, Yay, Joey Triviani, hashtag Justice for Tanner Zipchin. Oh my God, that is a deep dive. That's the kid who was fired from Cineplex before everyone else, sadly, maybe. I shouldn't say that. It's a great company with great people, and they're facing tough times. Trivia Lassies, The Dog, You're a Quizzard Harry, Team Discovery Channel, Big Ryan Academy, Where's Ryan Edition. I like that. Ned Shet and P-Man, Doug Ford's Cheesecake, Scott's Tots, Summer Lovin', Let's Get Quizzical, The Real IMDb, Too Hot for Music, Information of Little Importance, Suns Out, Buns Out, Where There's a Willard, There's a Way. Is that a Fred Willard RIP name? Someone who has just mistakenly, I think, included their email address as a name, which is james.a7@gmail.com. Either that or they're just the least creative person on the face of the earth. Corona with Lime, Penny and the Jets, Panic Level Midnight, Schloozers, The Three Musket Beers, Titty Soup for the Torrent Queen Soul, No Chicken, or They Just Out of Chicken, Hydroxychloroquiz, yes, hydroxychloroquine, that's pretty good too. Keith Urban Spoon, Positively Negative, Positively Pizza Pete's, Jackie Channing Tatum, The Special K's and the Bem Bems, Little Quiz on the Prairie, Hydroxychloroquines and Kings, Greasy Hogs, What a Quizster, and finally, Playing Pantless. Hopefully that provided you enough time to get a shit ton of beers, because that's a lot of teams. That is 77 teams playing tonight. All right, here is how round number 3 is going to work. Sometimes it's another round of general knowledge. Tonight, it's a bit of a theme round. Hope you enjoy it. It's pretty simple. I am simply, it's not officially a rapid fire round, but it won't take us long, I don't think. I'm just going to read, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to name a country in the world, You have to name the second largest city in that country based on population. And in case you're wondering what that is classified as, it is the metropolitan area. And just so you know, and there are a couple countries that I excluded. I didn't even bother including because there's, one country qualifies as the second largest based on metropolitan area. The other is actual city size. I avoided any ambiguity. So there should be more clarity. So I'm going to read out a country. All you have to do is write down the second largest city in that country. Got it? Here we go. Country number 1, Australia. Country number 1, Australia. Question number 2, the United Kingdom. What is the second largest city in the United Kingdom? Country number 3, Turkey. Yeah, people do argue. Okay, and the United Kingdom. When I say United Kingdom, this is the second largest city in all of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. For clarity. Country number 4, Colombia. I definitely shouted out bat moose because I always want to say bat mouse, but it's bat moose. I did shout you out. Country number 4 is Colombia. Country number 5, Belgium. Name the second largest city in Belgium. Country number 6, the United States of America. Country number 6 is the US. Country number 7, Kenya. What is the second largest city in Kenya? Question number 8, China. Name the second largest city in China. China. Question number 9. Name the second largest city in Austria. Second largest city in Austria is number 9. And finally, rounding out the round, number 10 is Sweden. Name the second largest city in Sweden. Again, if you need that list, I'll go through it very quickly. Australia is number 1. United Kingdom is number 2. Turkey is number 3. Colombia is number 4. Belgium is number 5. The US is number 6. Kenya is number 7. China, number 8. Austria, number 9. And Sweden, number 10. Good question, Ball. I'm going to say no. I mean, after this weekend, I'll get back to you on the Hong Kong question, but for the purposes of this round, no. Mainland China. All right, that is round number 3. Round number 4, which is, I think, kind of becoming a fan favorite, I think, at least I enjoy creating it every week, is the Picture This round. In a moment, I'm going to share with you on the chat a Google Doc link. It's to a PDF. The instructions are on it. I meant to make a change to the scoring because I realized that the Google Doc doesn't accept half points. So I'll explain this when I send it to you. Basically, instead you get half point for one thing, a half point for another in this Picture This round, you'll just get 1 point. You'll basically get 2 points per question, and you'll see how that breaks down in just a moment. Let me find it here. Here we go. Upload it. Here we go. Upload file. All right. Click on that link. You'll see 10 pictures of small snippets of screenshots of album covers. You have to name the album title and the band, and you'll get a point for the album title if you get it correctly, and a point for the band if you get it correctly. So this Picture This round is actually out of 20. You're going to have 7 minutes to complete this. We'll start the clock now. 7 minutes on the clock. Can everyone open it up and see it okay? Oh, someone's asked me a question about the last round. Karthi, it is population for the last round. But yeah, this Google Doc, make sure you can open it and identify the album title and the band name. You have to write both those down, and you'll get a point for the correct album title and a point for the correct band. And I'll be right back. Let's see how much time we have left in this round. 4 minutes. 4 minutes left to complete the band album challenge cover. I'll use this opportunity to figure out. It looks like a lot of people entered the scavenger hunt contest tonight. Holy shit. Brad, I was wondering if anyone, I debated that for a while, but I also referenced, anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. That made me legitimately laugh. Are we really? Holy shit, that's amazing. Don't be too generous because I want to count on your generosity again in a couple more weeks. Basically, I've decided if we're going to keep this going, and I'm going to find the energy to do it every week, I want us every month to at least find some, maybe 300, 400 bucks to once a month do a charity night and donate to a good cause, and that keeps the motivation to keep this going. So don't be too generous because come June, you'll be asked to donate again at some point for another cause. And if you have a cause that you think is worthy, and there are a lot of them out there, let me know and we'll add that to the list of causes that we can fundraise for together. But yeah, let me check where we're at. Holy shit, 435 bucks. Oh my God, guys, that's amazing. Holy shit. Wow. That's really very, very impressive. I'm very proud of us. Well, very proud of you. I haven't donated anything yet. Wow. And honestly, I mean, I don't want to bring us down, but you hear these stories, and there's no shortage of them, of people who have found this lockdown to be incredibly trying from a very scary perspective in terms of the relationships or the homes they find themselves in, women, children, and men in certain situations. So this is helping a lot of people. Thank you very much. All right, where are we at for time? 25 seconds left in this round to complete the album challenge. Five, four, three, two, 1, 0. All right, time is up. That is it for round 3 and round 4. I will take up the answers from these 2 rounds, starting with round number 3, which was the population, the second biggest city. Here we go. I will reveal the answers. You get a single point for the correct city. The second biggest city in Australia, obviously the first is Sydney. The second is Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia is number 1. Number 2, I think this is kind of tough. I don't think a lot of people necessarily, unless you have great familiarity with the UK, would think this. The second biggest city is Birmingham. Birmingham. Question number 3, the second biggest city in Turkey is actually its capital. It's Ankara. Istanbul is the largest. Ankara, the capital of Turkey, is the second largest city in the country. Question number 4, you have to think back to your days of watching Entourage, and you might remember they said it Medellin, but I think it's Medellin. Medellin is the the second largest city in Colombia. It's number 4. Number 5, Belgium. The second largest city in Belgium is Antwerp. Antwerp. The second largest city in the United States is LA. Los Angeles is the answer for number 6. Number 7, the answer for number 7 is Mombasa. Mombasa is the second largest city. It's a coastal city on the coast of the Indian Ocean and in Kenya. Mombasa is number 7. Number 8 is actually, you might be surprised to learn, it's Beijing. Shanghai is the largest city in China, in mainland China. Beijing is the second largest. Michael Collins just went from liking this round to hating it, I think, when tabulating the answers. Question number 9, Austria is where it gets a little tough. The second largest city in Austria is Graz, spelled G-R-A-Z, Graz. And finally, the second largest city in Sweden is Gothenburg, or Gothenburg is the second largest city in Sweden. Antwerp is smaller than Brussels. Brussels is number 1, and then Antwerp. Good question, Hannah. Pretty sure it's Graz. Again, those cities are Melbourne, Birmingham, Ankara, Medellin, Antwerp, Los Angeles, Mombasa, Beijing, Graz, and Gothenburg. There you go. Moving on now to the album round, the picture this round. I'm not allowing challenges in this round because there are a lot of ways that these get split. You know what? If you really want to know, here's the method to my madness. I'm pulling back the curtains just so you guys don't chirp me for the next hour. Take a look at that list, and you can take out Wikipedia if you have any issues. On to the picture this round. And I apologize to anyone I offended. I hummed and hawed over whether or not to use the image for number 6, but felt like it's one of the most famous album covers out there. And nudity is not the worst thing. I get that's not an adult, but anyway, here we go. Album number 1 is a small snippet of the Rumors album from Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac. Question number 2. Album number 2 is No Doubt. That's Gwen Stefani standing there, and the rest of the band from No Doubt in the background. And if it wasn't their debut album, it was certainly their breakout album. It was Tragic Kingdom, is album number 2. Again, you get a full point for the correct album title name and a correct a single point for the band name. Album number 3, that was Blink-182, Enema of the State. Don't Speak was the name of the song, a single off it, but Tragic Kingdom was the name of the album. Album number 4, that's T-Swift, Taylor Swift. And if you see down at the bottom, that's a 1 and a 9. It goes on to say 1989. That's the name of her, one of her big albums, Taylor Swift, 1989. Album number 5, the first of a couple Canadian albums on this list, and that is Gordon by Bare Naked Ladies. Gordon by Bare Naked Ladies is number 5. It's Nora, it's 1 point for the correct band name and another point for the album cover. So you get a total of possible 20 points in this round. Much talked about album for number 6 is Nevermind by Nirvana. Obviously with the naked kid swimming and going after the dollar bill, $100 bill. I don't know. I can't see the full album cover, obviously. Album number 7, a little more PG. It is Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club by the Beatles. Is number 7. Number 8 is the album Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette. I believe it just celebrated its 25th anniversary last year. I remember that album. The first time I ever heard it, Christine Dobby, who's playing tonight, had a cassette, and we listened to it on the way back from a camping trip. And I remember thinking it was so edgy that we were listening to a cassette that had swearing in it, and it was edgy. Anyway, I digress. My nerd is showing. Question number 9, album number 9, that's Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. And finally, album number 10 was Dookie by Green Day. Dookie. Those are the 10 albums. Again, Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, Tragic Kingdom, No Doubt, Enema of the State, Blink-182, Taylor Swift, 1989, Barenaked Ladies, Gordon, Nevermind by Nirvana, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club by the Beatles, Jagged Little Pill by Alanis, Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA, and Dookie by Green Day. Again, 1 point for the correct band title and 1 point for the artist. Aaron, well done. I should give you a bonus just for your creativity. I was going to do just a blue square and see if anyone got Weezer, but I actually thought that was kind of too easy. There are a ton of, and the reason I did include Nevermind, if you're wondering if anyone's offended, it is listed as one of the top 10 album covers of all time, as are a couple of these. So I figured it was warranted. That's a bold call, James. I mean, Dookie was a good album. I don't know. That is a good one. I wonder if I wish I could do a poll on here that had multiple, more than 4 answers, because I wonder what album on that list. For me, I mean, I think Rumors, like start to back album but that just doesn't have a bad track. I also love Gordon by Barenaked Ladies, but again, my nerdiness is showing. All right. Yeah, Rumors. Thanks, Jacob. I'm not alone on that. That is tough. There are some. We picked some good. I picked some good albums for that list. All right. Time to enter your scores from rounds 3 and 4 into the Google Doc. And we will update in just a couple minutes. I realized I didn't give averages after rounds 1 and 2, so I'll have to give you the average for where we're at currently. I'll give you about a little bit of time to tabulate your answers. Also, this is a good time, if you're not doing it yet, subscribe to this channel. If we get to a point where we get 1,000 subscribers, I might not be asking you for charitable donations anymore. We can just generate them from watching this channel. If we get to 1,000 subscribers, we can monetize the channel for charity and make sure that that YouTube's paying our donations for us. There should be a subscribe button. You don't have to leave the screen, I don't think. There should be a subscribe button right there. All right. Checking out, let's see if the scores are coming in. We got scores coming in from rounds 3 and 4, almost everybody already. Still waiting from updated score from Hoochie Mama and from Glomar Explorer. 800-pound Bytown honey badgers. Let's see. Sometimes people enter scores in a way. Oh yeah. Oh, we do. Here we go. We got Glomar Express. We got Hoochie Mamas. We just got it. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go. Do this. Glomar Express. Because keep in mind, if you want to qualify for a prize, you have to have entered a score for every round. You can't just show up to the first 2 rounds and then expect to win the penultimate prize. All right, in case you're wondering, I'll go back in time. The average score for round 1, so this is the first round of things I think you should know. The average score was 7. Average score for round 2, which was the Steven Spielberg movie round, was 6. The average score for round 3, which was the second smallest countries, which people seem to struggle a little bit with, average score was 5. 7, 6, 5. And the average score for round 4, the albums, ooh, a couple people got perfect on that. Holy shit. Well done. The average score, though, was 15. So by my math, that is 28. 28 plus. So if you are scoring right now over 33, you are above average. Congratulations. But it really all comes down to this, the final 2 rounds. Round 3 was dumb. Michael did not like round 3. Round 3 was unpopular. Wow, okay. I thought that people would actually enjoy round 3, but I'll learn my lesson. I thought people liked geography. Adam, it's great to see you here, man. I hope you're doing well. What I'm going to do, if you haven't submitted your scores, you might not know, but I will send you. If there are any teams who are just joining us late or haven't done this yet, Adam, you can click on that link and enter your team name and your scores there. Yeah, some people like geography, some people don't. I try to rotate the rounds throughout the week so that they're not always speaking to certain people's specialties. All right. So the average score after 4 rounds of play is 33, but we still have 2 rounds to go. Someone gave me the smart suggestion for this rapid fire round. Instead of going back and reading the questions again at the end of the round, I'm just going to read them twice, and that's it. James, I forgot how much you like your Broadway questions, and I promised you them. Shit. Okay, next week we'll do all Broadway all the time. So we're starting with rapid fire. Again, I'm just going to read the questions twice, not at the end of the round. Keep in mind. Everyone loves Broadway. James, you've started a trend. Here's how this works. We did something very similar 2 weeks ago, but I think I called it also a letter. So I'm going to give you a clue. And basically, the answers, spelling doesn't count for this, but basically you have 1 of 26 correct answers because every answer to these questions is a letter in the alphabet or also a letter in the alphabet. I will read the questions, I promise, Ryan. All right, here we go. Got it? Everyone's following along? Every answer is a letter. Here we go. Question number 1. Fashion magazine founded in 1947. fashion magazine founded in 1947? Question number 2, riding public transit in Boston. Number 2, riding public transit in Boston. Question number 3, The Great Gatsby. Question number 3, The Great Gatsby. Keep in mind, every answer is simply a letter, or also a letter. Question number 4. Brad is to Jen as Jen is to Ben. Number 4. Brad is to Jen as Jen is to Ben. Question number 5. David Niven, Judi Dench, and Ralph Fiennes, to name a few. Question number 5. David Niven, Judi Dench, and Ralph Fiennes, to name a few. Question number 6. A lineup. Number 6. A lineup. Question number 7. Emmy-winning Arthur, who took home trophies in 1977 and 1988. Number 7 again. Emmy-winning Arthur, who took home trophies in 1977 and 1988. Question number 8. London tourist location opened in 1999. Question number 8. Question number 8, rather. London tourist location opened in 1999. Jacob, yeah, you heard that right. Question number 9. Part of an 1835 Hans Christian Andersen book title. And finally, question number 10. Female sheep fully matured. Question number 10 again. Female sheep fully matured. Did I not read the question number 7 twice? I apologize if I didn't, and I will read it twice. Oh, question number 9, I didn't read twice. Sorry. Question number 9, again. Part of an 1835 Hans Christian Andersen book title. I didn't read 6 twice either. Yes, I did. That's it. I'm not reading anymore. Done. On to the final round of the evening. The final Jeopardy round. These are questions taken from a real Jeopardy episode. I'll give you the date on which this Jeopardy episode aired because that kind of forms the confines of the questions. This Jeopardy episode aired on July 22nd, 2013. Basically, anything that's happened in human history in the last almost 7 years can't be included in these answers because it hadn't happened when these questions were written. All right, we got a good thumbs up for round 5. You guys are great critics. I appreciate it. I'm only being partly facetious. I'll read these questions twice and once at the end of the round. I'll read the category and the clue. You simply have to write down the number, or not the number, rather you have to write down the answer. Here we go. Question number 1. The category: age ain't nothing but a number. The clue: this ex-Brat Packer who plays Chris Tregear on Parks and Rec is 49, but literally looks better than men half his age. Traeger? Again, question number 1, the category: age ain't nothing but a number. And the clue: this ex-Brat Packer who plays Chris Tregear, Traeger, on Parks and Rec is 49, but literally looks better than men half his age. Traeger? Traeger. Okay, we got some Parks and Rec fans. Thank you for the clarity. Question number 2, the category: 1960s speeches. The clue: quoting Shaw in 1968, quote, "Some people see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not?" Category again is 1960s speeches, and the clue: quoting Shaw in 1968, quote, "Some people see things as they are and say, why? I dream things that never were and say, why not?" Question number 3. The clue: .organizations is the category. The clue: KOFC.org. These knights who contribute more than $150 million to charitable needs and projects annually. Category again is .organizations. And the clue: KOFC.org. These knights who contribute more than $150 million to charitable needs and projects annually. Question number 4. The category: the Oxford English Dictionary PAL complex, P-A-L in quotations, meaning that the letters P-A-L must appear in the answer. The clue: the Oxford English Dictionary describes it as, quote, "designating the earliest of the 3 major divisions of the Stone Age." The category again is the Oxford English Dictionary PAL complex, P-A-L in quotations, and the clue: the OED describes it as, quote, "designating the earliest of the 3 major divisions of the Stone Age." Question number 5. The category: groups. The clue. I should read through these before so I figure out pronunciations. An obstinacy is a group of these plains bovines, no matter where they roam. Category number 5 is animal groups, and the clue, an obstinacy is a group of these plains bovines, no matter where they roam. Thank you very much for all the kind words, everybody. James, I like how you had to really specifically qualify it as Toronto-based and on Friday nights, but I appreciate the sentiment nonetheless. Question number 6, the category, astromania. The clue, the majority of our solar system's asteroids, including Sirius, are found in a wide belt between Mars and this planet. Question number 6, again, the category is astromania, and the clue, the majority of our solar system's asteroids, including Sirius, are found in a wide belt between Mars and this planet. Question number 7, the category, historical novels. The clue, Max Gallo has written 4 historical novels about him, including 2005's, quote, The Immortal Man of St. Helena. Category again is historical novels for question number 7, and the clue, Max Gallo has written 4 historical novels about him, including 2005's The Immortal Man of St. Helena. Question number 8, the category, word and phrase origins. The clue, this word for an elegant type of handwriting is from the medieval Latin for running. Question number 8, the category, word and phrase origins. The clue, this word for an elegant type of handwriting is from the medieval Latin for running. Jacob, good eye. Yeah, that's technology. I don't know where I got it from. Where did I get this? Manor House Publishing. Oh, some event. Some crazy guy accosted me, held me hostage for like 20 minutes, talking my ear off. But I did get this really good pen with a light out of the whole conversation, and it stood up quite well for the last couple of years. So it was worth it. James, I will get to who won the coloring book in just a second. We got to get through Jeopardy first. Question number 9, the category, national things. The clue, sleep in luxury on sheets made of this from the land of pharaohs in thread counts as high as 1,500. Yeah, sorry, crazy guy. Well done, Drew. Category again for number 9 is national things. The clue, Sleep in luxury, and I know I'm saying that the way I'm saying it, on sheets made of this from the land of the pharaohs in thread counts as high as 1,500. Question number 10, category, animal groups. This time with a bit of a different meaning, as you'll see in the clue. Here it is. Don't fear the reaper, and don't fear recalling this band and its rockin' cowbell. Category, again, is animal groups, and the clue, don't fear the reaper, and don't fear recalling this band and its rockin' cowbell. And finally, the last clue in the round, the category is sports geography. And the clue, though they live elsewhere, Alan Page and Dan Deerdorf will both always be in this Ohio city where they were born. Category, again, is sports geography for the final Jeopardy question. And the clue, though they live elsewhere, Alan Page and Dan Deerdorf will both always be in this Ohio city where they were born. Those are the questions that make up the Jeopardy round. I will repeat them each one more time, starting with question number 1. If you need, well, I won't even say if you need to repeat it, I'll just repeat all of them. Here we go. I'll do it quickly. Number 1, the category, age ain't nothing but a number. The clue, this ex-Rat Packer who plays Chris, what do you guys say, Traeger on Parks and Rec is 49, but literally looks better than men half his age. Question number 2, the category, 60s speeches. The clue, quoting Shaw in 1968, quote, some people see things as they are and say, why? I dream of things that never were and ask, why not? Question number 3, .organizations. The clue, KOFC.org. These knights who contribute more than $150 million to charitable needs and projects annually. Question number 4, category, the Oxford English Dictionary, PAL complex, PAL in quotations. The clue, the OED describes it as designating the earliest of the 3 major divisions of the Stone Age. Question number 5, the category, animal groups. The clue, an obstinacy is a group of these plain bovines, no matter where they roam. Oh, you guys are working in cahoots there. Well done. Question number 6, category, astromania. The clue, the majority of our solar system's asteroids, including Sirius, are found in a wide belt between Mars and this planet. Question number 7, the category, historical novels. The clue, Max Gallo has written 4 historical novels about him, including 2005's The Immortal Man of St. Helena. Question number 8, the category, word and phrase origins. The clue, this word for an elegant type of handwriting is from medieval Latin for running. Question number 9, the category, national things. The clue, sleep in luxury on sheets made of this from the land of the pharaohs in thread counts as high as 1,500. Question number 10, animal groups is the category again. The clue, don't fear the reaper and don't fear recalling this band and its rocking cowbell. Excuse me. And finally, the Final Jeopardy category on this night in 2013 was sports geography, and the clue, though they live elsewhere, Alan Page and Dan Deerdorf will both always be in this Ohio city where they were born. Those are the questions and the answers that make up the last 2 rounds of the night. It is now time to enter your scores into the Google Doc for the final time. But before you do that, or as you do that, I don't think we've ever had as tremendous a response to our scavenger hunt question as we have tonight. The Uber scores we got a lot of response for. Surprisingly, there were about more than a half dozen people who had Blockbuster cards, but there were more than, I think, 60 of you who entered with pictures of Robert Munch books or Margaret Atwood books. She must be reading this right now because she sent it in right away, but I'm happy to say that Christine Dobby and her edition of the Testaments by Margaret Atwood has won her an adult coloring book. Congratulations, Christine Dobby. You might remember, Christine Dobby is a close friend of mine. That has nothing to do with how she won, but she was name checked earlier in the night as the first person to introduce me to Jagged Little Pill. She's also a fantastic writer at the Globe and Mail. I encourage you to support print journalism during this period if you can. You'll see her byline on the cover of the Globe and Mail frequently. So congratulations to Christine. You are now going to be getting an adult coloring book. Congratulations. Oh, I did forget the answers. Oh my God. How the fuck do I do that? Guys, it's the IPAs. No, maybe I'm drunk. It's been a long week, but it's always a long week. All right, here we go. No, we didn't review anything. My bad. Damn it. God, I really felt, I was actually like thinking as I was closing the book, I was like, wow, that night actually went smoothly. It's only 9:40. I've still got my composure. I haven't fucked up massively aside for showing a baby dick on YouTube, which I'm sure I'll get banned for later. Apologies. Here we go. Round number 5, the letter round. Number 1, fashion magazine founded in 1947. It was a French fashion magazine originally, which explains maybe why it's called Elle. Elle. Oh, apologize if there are kids watching. I'm sorry. I've got to watch my language. Question number 2. Riding public transit in Boston. If you know Boston, you might know that they refer to their local transit system as the T. Their underground light rail system is the T. Number 3, the Great Gatsby. Great Gatsby's first name is actually J. J is the answer. Number 4, Brad is to Jen as Jen is to Ben. X. They are all X's. X is the answer. Number 5, David Niven, Judi Dench, and Ralph Fiennes, to name a few. They all are actors who played the character M in a series of Bond films. I've decided to go back and try and watch a Bond film a night or every couple nights. So it's fresh in my mind. Number 6, that's what quarantine has become for me. Number 6, a lineup. The answer, Q. Q. Number 7, Emmy-winning Arthur, who took home trophies in 1977 and 1988. Yes, I said Arthur, meaning the last name is Arthur. First name, B. B. Arthur, who won in 77 for Maude and 1988 for Golden Girls. Question number 8, London tourist location opened in 1999. That would be the London Eye. Eye is the answer. Question number 9, part of an 1835 Hans Christian Andersen book title. This is kind of a tough one, but in 1835, he wrote the book Princess and the Pea. Princess and the Pea. And question number 10, the last question in the round, a female sheep fully matured is a ewe, spelled E-W-E, but as I mentioned, spelling doesn't matter, so for the purpose of this, the letter U is fine. Yeah, haha, joke's on you, I don't have an English degree. All right, on to the final Jeopardy questions. I can go back and find them. Here we go. Age ain't nothing but a number. The ex-Rat Packer who we were talking about, who was on Parks and Rec, is Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is the correct answer. Number 2, 60 speeches. That quote attributed widely to Robert F. Kennedy. I'm not going to accept just Kennedy. I don't think they would on Jeopardy because obviously there were a couple notable ones, but RFK or Bobby Kennedy. Question number 3, organizations, KOFC.org. These knights who contribute more than 150 million to charity are the Knights of Columbus. Knights of Columbus. Brad gets aggressive when he gets towards the end of the night. I will not accept F for F. Scott Fitzgerald, though it's a fair guess, but no, because it's also a letter. I was thinking more of like letters that also have a double meanings, so I'm not going to accept F as an F. Scott Fitzgerald. Stephen, are you referring to Eric, who originally hosted Drinking and Thinking at Clinton's? Eric is a cocky bastard, and I don't think he would lower himself to being on YouTube. He's all about the dollar bills, and you don't get money for doing it on YouTube. I love Eric, but he can be cheap. Question number 4, the Oxford English Dictionary PAL complex. The answer, the definition designating the earliest of the 3 major divisions of the Stone Age, that is Paleolithic. Paleolithic. Oh, an Eric versus Mackay pay-per-view match. He might be up for that. He doesn't shy away from a competition. Actually, we should figure something like that out. We'll be on opposite chairs 6 feet apart, and we'll each do a round, and you guys can vote on whose rounds you like better. He actually might do that. I'll see. I'd be down for that. All right, we're digressing again. IPA's fault. Animal groups. An obstinacy is a group of what? It's a group of buffalo. Buffalo. Astromania. The majority of our solar system's asteroids are found in the wide belt between Mars and Jupiter. Jupiter is the answer. Thank you, James. I appreciate you saying that, even though you didn't win the adult coloring book. Question number 7, historical novels. James Gallo has written 4 historical novels about Napoleon, Mortal Man of St. Helena. Napoleon. Listomania. Great song. I think I did use that once at trivia and got chirped because it was too obscure. Question number 8, word and phrase origins. The word for an elegant type of handwriting that is from the medieval Latin for running is cursive. Cursive. Whole generation of kids probably don't even know what that means now because I think it was taken out of the Ontario curriculum. Question number 9, national things. Sleeping in luxury on something as high as 150 or 1500 count. That would be Egyptian cotton. Egyptian cotton. Number 10, animal groups. Don't Fear the Reaper was a song by the band Blue Oyster Cult. Blue Oyster Cult. And finally, sports geography. The answer of where Alan Page and Dan Deerdorf were born is Canton, Ohio. Canton, Ohio. All right, those are the answers now. Now I think I have completed all that I am to complete. And now it is your turn to go and enter your scores and figure out who it is that's taking home our prizes. To recap as well, if in case you're wondering, first prize tonight is a round of golf at Springfield Golf and Country Club New York Guelph. I want to thank the McLaughlin brothers who have been helping us out big time in terms of prizes. As you know, we've given up some prizes from Steam Whistle, from Tim, who's been a very long time supporter of Drinking and Thinking. He actually predates me. He goes back to the Eric days and has continued through supporting in every incarnation. And his brother Tom, who's generously stepped up with donations for the golf. So thank you to those guys. Very much appreciated. The golf is the first prize tonight from Springfield Golf and Country Club. Second prize is the LCBO gift certificate, $20 of LCBO money for the team that comes in second place tonight. And the penultimate prize tonight, the team that comes in second last. Certainly not a shabby prize, getting 2 pounds of coffee from our friends at Reunion Coffee on Rotsey. If you're in the neighborhood, stop by and support some great little business. Not even a little business, massive business actually, but with a really strong community feel. So thank you to everyone supporting and donating prizes. If you have a prize you want to donate, let me know. Certainly glad to take it off your hands and add it to the prize closet. Apparently cursive is still in the curriculum. Didn't know that. Ian, I'm not sure if I understand your question, or you both answer our questions. Oh, Ian, with the Eric and I showdown. Yeah, sure, we could build that in. We're both pretty boring people. I don't think there's much you'd want to get out of us. Eric's even more boring, but that's a side note. All right, let me check the scores and see how they're coming in and see who is getting prizes tonight, figure out what our averages is. I'll give you about 20 more seconds to enter to record scores for the final rounds. I want to somehow come up with a prize for the best team name, because you guys are incredibly creative when it comes to your team names. And if you're wondering, you can leave the field for tiebreaker blank. That's just in case we get to a point where teams are tied for a round of prizes. Wow, some teams did incredibly well tonight. This is a tough, very close round. All right. Well, listen, thank you guys so much for competing this evening. Missed the chats. Let's see. You know, I don't even know if Eric and I went in a drinking contest, who would win in that. He's probably a better drinker, but I also probably drink more frequently now. He's got 2 young kids, and all I have time to do is drink. So I'm not sure who would that. Maybe we'll have to see if we can find a time to face off against that. But yeah, I'll talk to Eric. Maybe we'll do a battle of the trivia masters. But yeah, thank you guys so much. And just to update you, I was really only looking to donate or raise $350 tonight for the Red Door. Oh my God, I just checked. That's incredible. $737. That's more than double what I set out to raise today. That's absolutely incredible. Some very, very, very generous people. Well, everyone who donated is generous, but some people went absolutely above and beyond. There's an anonymous donation here of $150. So incredibly kind, and I know obviously the folks at the Red Door Family Shelter are going to really appreciate this gift from all of us, all of you. So thank you so much. I think, as I mentioned, we're going to try and once a month do a night where we generate some money if people have some extra cash lying around to a cause in our community that needs it. So that is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. The donation window is open if you want to donate. Obviously, as I said, if we got to 350, I'll be back next week. So whether you like it or not, or whether you're here next week or not, we'll be back. So thank you again to everybody who donated the prizes, and thank you to everybody who participates. Yeah, this is really it is a lot of fun. Now on to who it is that will be taking home prizes. I can see people entering stuff in the tiebreaker field that they don't need to be. All right, the penultimate prize tonight, getting 2 pounds of reunion coffee is, congratulations to Scott's Tots. Well done. Send me an email with your details and I'll make sure you get hooked up with that coffee. Congratulations to the folks on Scott's Tots. If you're wondering what the average score tonight was amongst all 77 teams playing, the average score at the end of the night was 39. Well done. So if you scored higher than 39, you are above average. Congratulations. As I do most nights, I will read the top 10 teams. Not all top 10 teams are getting prizes, but they all do deserve an honorable mention. And then we'll figure out, I'll tell you who it is that's actually getting a prize. So in 10th place tonight, we have Jeremy's Basement Apartment. In 9th place, a 4-way tie between Otrivia Munn, hashtag on the gin train, hashtag justice for Tanner Zipchin, and Little Quiz on the Prairie, all tied for spot number 9. Number 8, Shaloozers in 8th place. Congratulations. In 7th place, we have a 3-way tie between Were Hydraulic Clocks Quizzing, but only as a preventative measure. They tied with Titty Soup for the Torrent Queen Soul, as well as Jackie Channing Tatum. In 6th place, on their own, Where There's a Willard, There's a Way. In 5th place, tied for 5th, we have Happy 83rd Birthday, Mike Smith, plus You're a Quizzard Harry. And in 4th place tonight, COVID 69. In 3rd place, with a very impressive score of 67, we have Keith Urban Spoon, team after my own heart. In 2nd place tonight, going home with $20 of LCBO money, is Summer Lovin'. Congratulations. And in 1st place tonight, winning that amazing round of golf from the folks at Springfield Golf and Country Club. No chicken, or are they just out of chicken? Congratulations to all the teams who have competed tonight. It was a very close race, and people did incredibly well. We will be back next week, same time, 8 o'clock on YouTube. Please tell your friends and encourage anyone who wants to compete in a little Friday night trivia action to join us. Yeah, no connection issues. Great question, says Jacob. Good quality banter. All right, we're getting there. Thanks, Jacob. Yes, I will one more time. Thank you for the reminder. You can donate here. No pressure. We've met and more than surpassed. If you'd like, you can donate here. That's the link that I just added to the chat. Ryan, we're working things out. He might be back next week. I think he owes me an apology, and if I get that, then he's welcome to come back. We'll work through it, and I'll let you know. But really, it's you guys who matter most. Ryan, we can take or leave, but it's the folks who come here every night. This is how invested I am. I actually went out and bought one of those lights, like a idiot TikToker YouTuber light. That's how prepared and invested I am in this process. How many Scott's Tots were there? I don't actually know. I don't know how many people are on each team. Thanks, Christine, and congratulations on your adult coloring book. We'll get that to you as soon as possible. Excellent lighting. Thanks. Well, listen, yeah, spread the word, and we hope to see you guys next week on Quizzing in Quarantine. And until then, stay safe, stay kind to each other, and stay hydrated. Bye.